I'm Andy Buchanan, Head of Sales at Modality. It's often said that Skype for Business is an IT project. At Modality, we don't believe that's the case. I'm just going to explain in a few minutes why we think that. If we look at Skype for Business, yes, well, it's a piece of software that goes on somebody's laptop. What's it really there for? Is it just there to give them some IT skills? No, it's there because it tends to be part of a much bigger unified communication strategy, which can include all sorts of things, from video endpoints, documents, etc. But why would you have a unified communication strategy? And the reason you want that is for a much greater business reason, and that is you're trying to get your people to collaborate. And collaboration, IT doesn't collaborate, technology doesn't collaborate, people collaborate. So if we have collaboration up here, that's what we're aiming for. So we're trying to get all the people in our organization to collaborate. But why would you want people to collaborate? Well, because it's seen as a way of driving competitive advantage. But is collaboration something in its own right? No, collaboration is part of a much greater ambition, and that's cultural change. And we're seeing in most large corporates that cultural change is what they're really striving for. And in cultural change, the piece above cultural change is competitive advantage, more thought leadership, more product development, and therefore more to the bottom line. It's estimated from Forbes that cultural change can add 3 to 4% on the bottom line. They're serious numbers for any major corporate. So within that cultural change, that can be everything. Clearly, it can be changing the buildings, it can be changing how you run your canteen, so it's only a canteen for 2 hours, and then it's an ad hoc meeting place. It can mean having better free food, giving them haircuts. It can mean having the canteen at the centre of the building, so everybody has to go through it. It can mean no eating at your desk. Everyone has to go and share a table, and suddenly people start collaborating. But actually, in their daily jobs, what you're really looking to do is you're looking for individuals to collaborate. The other issue people are facing is if you're trying to get people to collaborate, that also means they have to be engaged. And one of the issues corporates are facing is that there are at least 51% in an average corporate that are disengaged. And they reckon that 17.5% are actively disengaged. In other words, they're working actively, not really to be involved. Well, what's that going to do to your bottom line? An engaged employee is generally 28% more productive than a non-engaged employee. So if I can get a percentage of those disengaged and actively disengaged re-engaged, what's that going to add to my turnover? What's that going to add to my bottom line? So what does that mean in an actual organization? So we look at some drug companies. Drugs is all about patents. When a patent runs out, a generic can come in and sell a $15 drug for 50 cents. How am I going to make money once my patent runs out? Well, the answer is I need more patents. How am I going to get more patents when the average age of somebody who would normally develop a patent is going up? I want to engage them differently. I want them thinking differently. I also want to engage more with the millennials, and I want to mix it all up. So what I'm going to try and do is bring them out of their red brick single desk environment, and I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to put them in chrome and glass buildings. I'm going to send them down to Cambridge and mix them with graduates. But I need a tool that's going to enable them to collaborate, and that's where Skype for Business comes in. So whilst it's a piece of software, it's allowing me to collaborate with an ad hoc conference maybe. I can immediately share my desktop with somebody. I can immediately see whether somebody's available. All of these key technical features suddenly take on a whole new meaning when your real end game is competitive advantage through cultural change. And without collaboration and a collaborative tool set, you will never get that cultural change. Because it's people that collaborate and not technology, at Modality Systems, we concentrate on the people. So for us, the Skype for Business project is all about the people. It's that pre-analysis. How do you work now? How would you like to work? What advantage can I give you by having Skype for Business on your desktop or on your mobile. It is all about the people. And so at Modality Systems, that's our first starting point. So what does that mean to you as an end customer? Well, if you're trying to drive additional value, competitive advantage, come up with new ways of thinking, new ways of working, then cultural change is going to be really important to you. And that has to include collaboration, and therefore you need a unified communication strategy because people collaborate, not technology. So that means Skype for Business is going to be key to your business.